Hello and welcome to this Redhaven Outline tutorial on getting the most out of Redhaven Outline. This tutorial is about exporting information. It's very useful to be able to organize things within Redhaven Outline, but there is a time when you want to get it out, print it out. Redhaven Outline gives you the ability to export it to a word processor. From there you can do the final changes and print it out. This is the first of 3 video tutorials on this subject. This will cover the general principles of exporting, and the others will go into more details about exporting the node fields, the outline form, or the attached fields, the form of the non-outline form. So Redhaven Outline would not be complete unless it could export its information. This is accomplished through the use of customizable report formats. How do you open the reports dialog? Well, the first step is to choose what part of the outline you want to export. You do that by selecting a node. That becomes the top node of the outline. Let me just leave it right here. The second step is to open the reports dialog by using reports, edit the reports, or pressing F4. Notice here that the title, the second step is to open the reports, is at the top. From there it goes down. Let's close this and look at the overview. Now in the overview there's a left side to the reports dialog, a right side, and they're related by the fact that you can make changes on the left side, see the preview on the right as the change is implemented. When you're satisfied, you can press a button on the right that will export it to your default word processor. Let's choose this as our top node for a report. I'm going to press F4 to open the report dialog, and here we have the report, the Redhaven reports dialog. On the left is the information about the different report formats. MLA, which stands for Modern Language Association of America, outline style, or we can look at only the nodes, only the notes, and it makes it into a paper style, not an outline style. An example one which I'm going to use. I'll use it right now. This is an example for the video tutorial. Basically what you can do on the left side is make changes, and on the right side you can see the changes that were made on the left. When you finish, you can open in a word processor. Let me just show you. For example, I can change the default font. I'll change it to this one, and I'll make it italic, and I'll make it bigger, and I can even change the color. When I do that, I hit OK. It immediately changes this over here. Now notice it doesn't change everything. That's because these are notes, and these are notes come from a field, a rich text field, which has all that formatting information contained in it, so that formatting information overrides the changes we made. But if we went down here and well, this is getting ahead of myself a little bit, but let's just choose only the nodes. All the notes disappear, and you can see how the default format is according to this default font. Alright, let's go back over here. I'm going to save that, close it. Selecting a report format, you can select any of the open reports. Usually there will be at least one open, or you can create a new report. Let's see how that goes. Hitting F4. Here we have 3 open reports. MLA, only the notes, example 1. You might have saved others. Pressing this will show you different ones you've saved. Here's a test report, different examples. I'm not going to open any of these, but you can. You can open these. Or you can just choose them. The one chosen is the one used for the preview on the right. Customizing a report. To do this, we need to understand what a Redhaven outline has in it. Each Redhaven outline is composed of outline nodes and associated fields. Now I'm going to press F8. These are the outline nodes. These are the associated fields. Now the first field is called the node title. This is it here, and this sort of exists in both worlds because the node title becomes the text of the outline node. But these are not represented in the outline. The reference field, the keywords field, the summary field, and the notes field. And as I said before, the notes field is a rich text field, so it contains in it formatting information. Let me give you an example. Here is the rich text field for this customizing a report, and you notice that it has bullets, it has bold, it has centering, it has lots of formatting information. You can choose a word, change its color, and it stays in there. Alright, so there's essentially two types of information, the outline information and the field information. And what I want to do now is look at how reports can report either or both of those. Let's go to the field, reports, edit the reports. And in my example, the node field filter here says only the nodes, or you can say only the fields and no longer using the nodes, or you can say both nodes and fields. So that's how you can customize the report. This MLA report is only the nodes, all branches of the node. We could say, let's go back over here. We could say only the visible branches. And I'm going to save this and go back over here. And let's make a few of these invisible. Let's make that inactive. It's not invisible here, it's just inactive, and we'll make that one inactive. F12, by the way, changes it from active to inactive or back and forth. Now we'll go back over here, look at the reports. I'm going to say only the nodes, and you'll see, customizing the report. Let's close this here. What I did here is I did not move I didn't select the top, so it was only taking this much. I'm going to select that, edit the reports. Now we get 1, 1, 2. But if right now the inactive child nodes are excluded. If I turn that off, we get everything. The ones that were excluded, the ones that weren't. This actually is a very useful feature. I always keep it on. It allows me to, when I work on an outline, let's say I'm writing something, I like it, but I want to make a change, but I don't want to throw away my other work. I can just make a duplicate of that node and then edit the duplicate and turn off, make the original one inactive so that I can get back to it later. But when you get to the report, the ones that are inactive are invisible. And lastly, the scope, only the visible branches, all the nodes, we can see everything there. Here again we see only the visible ones, or we can only see just the selected node. It doesn't go down to the children. So this are global report options that are useful for changing in a big way what the report will use. One last thing, up here are also two global report options. Now these don't actually change anything on the right, but they are notes so that you can remember what this particular report was for, and this is a name for it. So that will be all for this tutorial. There will be two more about how to change in more detail what a report looks like. Thank you very much.